guys, welcome to Hi Kai. So today is a non-mental health related video, but I really thought that I should make this video just because I know when I was starting out doing this, I turned to YouTube, and I thought maybe now that I'm doing it, I should give my viewpoint and share my experience with it. So today I am going to talk about what it's like to be a Lyft driver. Now, this is going to be a part 1 and part 2 because I have a lot to say, a lot of tips and a lot of just helpful information, hopefully, that I can give you, a potential Lyft driver person. This first half of this video, this part 1, I'm going to go over the pros, the cons, and some basic information you need to know. And in part 2, I am going to share with you some tips, frequently asked questions, and just some little extra bonuses, and I'm also going to show you the inside of my car and how everything is set up when I Lyft. So, I'm going to get part 1 started, and if you want, you can click part 2 right here. Right here, right here, right here. Okay, cool. Alright, if you're interested in being a Lyft driver, I would say this video has a lot of information that you can use. I know it might be long, it might be lame, but trust me, if you're anything like me, it will be helpful. So, without further ado, here we go with the pros and cons of being a Lyft driver. Also, very quickly, if you are one of my regular subscribers, you do not have to watch this video. It's totally fine. I will not be offended if this is like the lowest view count video. I just really want to put this out there for other people that may need it. Okay, thanks guys. Okay, so I'm going to get started on the pros of being a Lyft driver. Okay, I would say the first pro is that you make your own hours. You are your own boss. You drive as little or as much as you want. I think that's really awesome because at a normal job, you are on the bosses, the managers, whoever, same word. You are at their beck and call when it comes to how little and how much you work. With Lyft, you can make a lot of money or you can make a little money. It's totally up to you, which I think is really awesome. The second cool thing I really love about Lyft is that you meet really cool people. At least in my city I do. Disclaimer, I live in a really big city, so if you live in a smaller city, I don't really know how it is driving for Lyft and how busy it is, but for me this is from like a bigger city, like a Houston, Miami, LA type of city. And you might even meet people in the field of what you want to do. There are often times when I tell passengers about my YouTube channel because they ask what else I'm pursuing and what else I'm doing, and bam, I have a new viewer or subscriber, and I think that's really cool. Another pro is that you make more than minimum wage, which it's really hard to find a job where you make 25 to 35 bucks an hour and you don't have a degree or you don't have certain specific skills. So better pay is awesome. Another pro about Lyft is that you get tips and you get to keep them, and so tips are awesome. Another pro is that you get to use your own car, so you're not in this foreign alien space shuttle machine that you don't know how to work, and you're used to it. It's your car, it's your comfort zone. Another great thing about Lyft is that, for me at least, time goes by really fast. Not one of those boring jobs where you're like, oh, when is the day gonna be over? I just want to get out of here. Okay, and one of the last things that I love about Lyft is that when you get paid, you don't have to wait for your paycheck, you don't have to go pick it up at the office, none of that. Basically, you put in your bank account information and it direct deposits into your account each week. Okay guys, now I'm going to go over the cons of Lyft. Of course, a con is that they're going to have to 1099 you at the end of the year, so instead of normal people that get a tax refund, you're going to have to owe, depending on how much you drive. Save up some money for that so that when tax season comes around, you're not like, oh my gosh, what do I do? The second con is you do have to pay your own gas, of course, and that can stack up, but if you are driving a lot, I'd say it's about 10% of what you make. Maybe that's not correct, but for me, I notice it's about 10% of whatever I make. The third con is that it does do wear and tear on your car. Of course, it's going to put miles on your car. You're going to have to fill it up more. You're going to have to get oil changes more often, depending on how quickly you rack up the miles on your car. The other con is when you have a non-talker or a rude person, and I really haven't ever had a rude person, but when people are quiet, it just kind of makes the ride go by so much slower, so that's unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing in the world. The last thing about the job is that because it is so flexible, you really have to be disciplined, and I'm sure no one else has this problem, but you really have to be adult about it and make sure you you know, you're like, I'm gonna drive for 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours at night, or in the evening, and just really stick to that schedule, or else it's gonna be like, I can drive or I can't, I'm gonna not, and it can be bad. But I'm sure no one else has that problem but me. But you just have to, it's the type of job you have to stay disciplined, so yeah. Okay, so those are some of the pros and cons of Lyft, and I'm just going to go over it as quickly as possible because honestly this video could be into 3 parts. A little bit of extras. First of all, whenever you get paid, they send you an email the next morning. They show you the breakdown of how many rides you did, how much you made, how many tips you made. What you're going to see also along with that is your acceptance rate, which is how many rides you accepted for the day, which it needs to be at 90 to 100%, so that it'll say awesome, but it doesn't really affect anything else. You should keep it up. Another thing you're gonna see is your rating, and you have to keep it above it's a 4.6 or lower, you can potentially be deactivated. If your score is like a 4.8 and higher, that's really awesome. Like 4.7, it'll say needs improvement, and 4.6, it's like you gotta get some 5 stars soon. Now I'm gonna tell you about the 5-star ratings. Oftentimes, passengers think that 4 stars is a good enough rating, but it is not. You need to get 5 stars. At first, I was afraid to mention the system. I didn't know what to do. Should I mention it? Should I not? Whatever. But I noticed if I get someone that's really friendly, which is honestly 90% of my passengers, they ask about, hey, like, what's it like being a Lyft driver? And I say, and it's the perfect time to be like, oh, you know, it's great, but we have to keep our rating up. So yeah, we need to get like a lot of 5-star ratings or else we can get fired. And then boom, they're like, oh, well, like, you're so sweet, I'll give you 5 stars. It's up to you if you want to do that, but I notice it is effective. So you're not asking them for a 5-star, you're just letting them know you can get fired if you don't get 5-star ratings, and that 4 stars is not a good rating. So yeah, think about it. Another little extra is I as a girl, I don't do Lyft at night, but if you are a guy or you're okay with it, go for it. You will make a lot of money. You might get some vomit in your car, but another thing is Lyft will pay for any damages that a passenger does to your car. You have to take a photo of it and send it in to them, and they will pay for it. Same with tickets. If I think having to do with the airport, if you get some sort of ticket, they'll pay it for you. So Lyft really does have your back in a lot of these situations. They're super awesome. There's also something called peak hours, which you will get a breakdown of what the next week is going to be, and there will be little lightning bolts, which are the peak hours, which, you know, it's busier. And if you get 10 peak hours in a month or something, you get a bonus. And pretty much the more you drive, the more money you get to keep, and the more money they don't take out. They take out 20% of whatever you make. So, but you do get to keep your tips, I believe. Yeah. Okay, trying to run through these really quickly. Your mentor test, what to expect. You pretty much you log into the app, you put it in driver mode, you meet up with your mentor. You need a 4-door car. I believe it's a 2002 or newer. It might be 2000. Again, I'm going to put a link at the end of this video to direct you to the Lyft website. And yeah, make sure it's super clean, vacuumed, smells good, and make sure you're friendly and you're prompt, and just that you're polite. And they'll check out your car, they'll make sure you're normal, they'll take pictures of your car and go over your insurance, your license, and then you'll do a little test drive, and then you have to wait a few days and they do a background check on you, and then you get approved and you can start driving whenever you want. What I like to do sometimes is, well, my YouTube channel is about being kind and giving and inspiring people, and so sometimes I'll get just $5 gift cards to Starbucks and I'll hand them out to passengers that are really nice, or, you know, whatever, because then that makes their day, and for me to be a part of making their day better, that's really awesome. So plus it makes my day better. So I would recommend that. I have some other tips, like keeping candy in your car and snacks if you want. So yeah. Okay, so those are my pros and my cons and some other basic information you need to know. If you have any questions on that, let me know in the comments and I will answer them. I just try to zoom through this part 1 in an organized fashion. Part 1, pros and cons. Any questions, let me know. I'll put the link. I put the link to the Lyft website, and yeah, look, part 2 is going to be more frequently asked questions, some more tips, and the inside of my car and how I have it set up. Okay, thank you guys for watching part 1, and click here for part 2. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in a minute.